What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Mauser block and how to load it onto this platform. So I have the mini Mauser block here. It runs right about 80 pounds empty. I did not bring the tools to open it so that I could load it tonight, just for the sake of convenience, because it is very cold out and the less stuff I have to drag to the gym, the better. So I'm just going to work on technique tonight and being able to load it appropriately onto this platform here. Because of the gym situation, I guess, that I am at, it is very hard to bring equipment like this to the gym because of the edges. So like, let's say if you wanted to do like the Mauser block over bar, you would have to have some sort of padding or something, or a tire on the other side of the bar in order to catch something like this, because it does dent floors. It may potentially rip your mats or something like that. So taking this to the gym, you have to be very, very careful and be sure that if you do, that your gym is okay with it first, so that way you don't upset anybody. I have cleared it with the gym here that I am able to drop my equipment on the ground, but I'm still very cautious. The fact that this implement does have edges, unlike the stone or the bumper plates or something like that, it can rip or tear the mats potentially. So what I have back here is this is like some child play matting. We just had some of this leaning up against the wall, so I'm going to stack quite a few underneath, so that way when I bring it off of the platform itself, I have something to drop it onto. You can purchase specific matting, so that way you are able to unload it from whatever it is that you're using, or even do like an over bar situation. But I believe that matting is quite expensive, so what I have been doing in the past is just doing this outside. And it has dented my yard, so just be aware that if you use this outside as well, that you're probably going to have a little bit of a yard damage, so just be aware. So let's go ahead and hop right on into it. I'm going to walk you through how I load the stone and then get it up onto the platform itself. So similar to the stone of steel, the Atlas stone, and the log, you want to make sure that your stance is fairly close to the implement itself. Because the weight is so heavily distributed right there in front of you, you want to make sure that you get your balance as well as your form pretty much spot on, so that way you don't increase the chances of getting injured or hurting your back or something like that. It is best to have the logo facing down because it is a slick surface and you don't want it to slide right off of your chest. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to keep it as is, and I'm not really loading it with anything, so it's not going to be super heavy. But if you're using this in a competition, or if you're training with it at home and you do load quite a bit of weight inside, I would suggest putting the logo down. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and line up our feet. I'm going to lift underneath the implement and just bring it up just slightly. That way I can slide my toes underneath the front of this. So what this is going to do is going to give me more grip space for my fingers to get underneath the implement itself. So I'm going to bend down from a standing position, get my fingers underneath the edges here, and I'm just going to squeeze my arms nice and tight. Because the implement is so wide, you want to make sure that you have a good grip on it. So I'm going to squeeze nice and tight, bring it straight up, just like the stone, set it on my lap, get a good grip on it. I like to either grab back here where these little feet are. You can either do an alternating hand or whatever works best for you. But I'm going to grab right up here and then lift straight up. Once you get the block up to your chest and you're ready to either load it onto a platform or go over top of a bar, you want to make sure that your setup is appropriate. I see more times than not, people will get their stone or their Mauser block or whatever it is that they're carrying. They are so far away from the next piece of equipment that they have to then walk towards it. So once you get the implement up in the air, you don't want to have to walk it over to your over bar or to the platform. You want to be able to have it already at the ready so that you're here and you can just set it on top or go over that bar. The whole point of being able to load onto a platform or to go over a bar is because you want to go for reps or for even max weight. And so the last thing you want to do is to waste your energy walking towards the implement. So lastly, let's go through a couple run-throughs of actually loading the Mauser block onto a platform and then pulling it off. So that way you have an idea as to what it looks like when you go through the entire scenario from start to finish. guys, that is it for today's mini tutorial on the Mauser block. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, as well as drop in the comments below if you found this helpful or if you'd like to learn more about the Mauser block itself. Now before you go, don't forget to tap that subscription button because I would love to have you stick around, and I will catch you guys next time.